Welcome to the Enlight Business Lounge event titled How to Be a Networking Pro. Before we start, can I have a show of hands? How many of you come here because either you want to learn how to be better at networking, or you're just feeling not so confident with the networking? Just a show of hands, you gotta be honest. Rule number one with networking is honesty. Okay, now leads to the second question. How many of you think you're masters of networking? Or you're just fairly good? Okay, so we've got the average population here today with not particularly bad or so. But I think regardless what your skill level is currently, you'll have plenty of fun tonight and you will learn a tremendous. So before we start, I want to introduce the organization a little bit. Enlight is the Young Professional Division for the Chinese Professionals Association of Canada. And our mission is, of course, to build a platform that helps the ambitious, motivated, and talented young professionals to reach their goals in Canada. Now, there's many ways you can reach us. Of course, the most direct way is, of course, to sign yourself up at the front desk. But if you haven't joined our Facebook is actually facebook.com/groups/EnlightCPAC. So follow that. It's a great resource. We have numerous upcoming events, and we have discussions going on there as well. And tonight, we are very fortunate to have Mr. CPAC.AVI to share his knowledge and experience with networking. Jim is the author for the book, Get Connected and Make Wealth Happen. He has spoken at numerous occasions around the GTA area, including Enterprise Toronto, Career Door, Skills for Change, and Trio College. Now, if you're interested in knowing more about Jim, I would recommend going onto his website, www.getconnectedmakewealthhappen.com, all one word. But for now, let us give him a warm round of applause and welcome our speaker tonight for the evening, Mr. Jim CPAC.AVI.
Thank you much for the introduction. Well, we're going to make this as intense and as content-filled as I can tonight. We'll move this out here. So that's me there. And again, thank you very much for everyone coming today. To Peter and the rest of the organizers have been awesome and emailing me and get in touch with me regarding tonight. Just before I begin our presentation, I'd like to share a quick article with you. I wrote an article for Centennial College a few years ago called My Journey to Success, 3 Key Tasks. It covers 3 important areas on your journey of success. The first one is seeking out great speakers. Today, you're taking an opportunity to listen to me speak. And I really appreciate that. And I've gone out and learned from other speakers as well on my journey. Many here, I have folks from Terry Gardner, Max Haroon, I've heard T. Harbecker, Jack Welch, and many more great dynamic speakers who have great presentation styles that I want to learn from. So I encourage you, seek out great speakers. There's Enterprise Toronto and many other events that you can attend, and I'll be sharing some of the events you can attend here at the end of my presentation. The second one is reading biographies. Anybody read biographies here? Anybody read biographies by successful people? Anyone? Yes, who have you read? Go ahead. Oprah Winfrey. That's fine. That's fine. That's okay. I read Jim Carrey, and what have you read? Kobe Bryant. So that's fantastic. And what you learn about is you learn about other people's successes and that they've gone through some troubled times, but they went through it. And Jim Carrey really inspired me because he actually was from Toronto, and he ended up building a great comedy career and got into movies. And if you've heard of his story, I mean, he's done well for himself. The third one is most important. It's associate with successful people. This is the glue that holds everything together. This is where, again, you come to events like this, and you meet, and you network. And in my journey, I've had the opportunity, again, to meet some great entrepreneurs and learn from them. Some of them became mentors of mine. Others were great associates that I've done joint ventures with or learned from. So I encourage you is to look for that. And I think this is a great quote. The gentleman named John C. Maxwell. He's an author. He writes about leadership. Have I heard of John C. Maxwell? Anybody? Well, he's written a book called 360-Degree Leader. And in the book, he makes a statement that says, walk slowly through the halls. A couple of years ago, I went to the school to speak. And I got to the school, and I rushed to the office, because I had to report to the office to meet the principal. And I did, and everything went well. And then I got invited back about 8 months later to speak to a business award ceremony. But this time, I went and I walked through the hallway slowly. At that time, the Olympics were happening, and the students had put posters up and things like that to really show the inspiration we got from the Olympics. And I was just very, very inspired and see how passionate we are as Canadians when the Olympics come around. So I urge you, in your journey, sometimes you're in a rush. A rush to get to the subway, or a rush to go, in our journey. Sometimes slow it down and look at the scenery, and you'll see. I cycle around here in Toronto, and I see things. Sometimes when I'm in a car, I may not notice, but when you're cycling or you're walking, you'll notice. So 3 things: seek out great speakers, read biographies by successful people, and associate with success. You do those 3 things in your journey. It doesn't matter if you're going to become an entrepreneur or just a professional. Those will enhance your career. So how would I like those tips? Would I do those great? Yes? No? All right, well, let's get into this networking. So, as you see here, the book is called Get Connected, Make Wealth Happen, Master Our Networking. And I'm really excited about the book because it really is about my journey and what I did. So let's begin. So it's how do you become a networking success? So I got 2 questions. Who in the room likes to talk? Put their hands up. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 talkers. Okay. All right, thank you. Now, who in the room doesn't like to talk but is willing to learn? Put their hands up. That's the rest of you. It's 100% participation here, and I'll have some other questions from the presentation, but thank you for that. So let's continue. So I'll go just quickly through my story. As I said, in 2003, I went out here in Toronto to learn, and what I did is I found 2 great mentors in the same year. One of the mentors is named Terry Gognev, and he ended up writing a book called How Can I Get Myself to Do What I Need to Do? And I've had some great things with Terry. And another gentleman, his name was Max Haroon. He was the founder of an organization called Society of Internet Professionals. And the website is sipgroup.org is their website. And these 2 gentlemen had an impact on me because I got to learn about business life and success. And I got to participate in symposiums and seminars and do trade shows. And why those are important is because that was the arena where I got to flourish. I didn't start speaking, I was just assisting, volunteering. That's what I did. I volunteered. But while I was volunteering, I was learning how to do it. I was an MC actually. My first speaker was an MC, and I still have pictures of me sweating doing a 2-minute talk. But it evolved because we're all on a journey. I'm on a journey here, speaking in front of you. And I was sitting down 9 years ago, thinking, oh, I can never speak to people. My friends are telling me you have nothing to worry about. I'm like, okay. So that's just what happened to me. So let's get into it here. So it's the PAR strategy. We'll cover 3 things. Business cards, because you need to present yourself. Attitude, why attitude is important in any situation. Key questions. What do you do with the key question, or how do you respond? So I call the PAR strategy. My friends were saying, Jim, that's the perfect strategy. And I said, where's perfect on there? And they're Jim, just roll with it. Because I kept telling people, you do this over and over again, and you become a professional working in this room. So it is a perfect system. You just do it over and over again. So let's start. Business cards. When I first started, I had a business card. It wasn't this one here. This is the 5th generation business card. And your business card is your billboard. So I question, who in the room has a business card? Really? Can I have them, please? Can I have your business cards? Pass them to the front here, quickly, while I'm talking. Okay? Okay. Can you give it to me? There's a lesson in this. It's called live networking. Here. Pass them here. Who else? Okay? Okay, there's a lesson here. Let's see if I can act to this. Who got his business card? Thank you. Anyone else? Anyone else? There you go. Thank you. Okay. Right, anybody else? Okay. No one else? Okay, right here. There's a reason for this. Let's see if anybody's going to figure this out. Okay. Now, I'm not doing this to get everybody to feel uncomfortable. But somebody did give me a business card. Okay? Now, here's why. You have to be prepared for the opportunity. You don't know where you're going to be, where you're going to meet someone. So the challenge is from this day moving forward, I would get one. I can give you a site, or you know, the most stable business people. And that's what I did. And I just got a business card, and it was something with my name on it and email address. And I had an area signal I had to put on there because I didn't have a business set up at that point. And the funny thing is about that is I got social attention because of the Aries sign, who was saying to me, "Oh, that's your sign? Well, I'm going to Sagittarius." I'm like, "Well, don't worry about the sign. Don't worry about what you do." So it was a great icebreaker. So the reason that's important is here you see in Toronto, there's billboards, there's the real estate billboards, there's also that. This is your billboard. This card is your billboard. If you have that statement, it'll lead to a lot of things. It's like I use the saying now, American Express, don't leave home without it. The business card is really important. And that business card now has allowed me to make some great connections. So as you move forward, two-card process. So when you get these business cards, carry 3-4 of them with you. Because sometimes you may go somewhere and the person may not have a card. But some of the people I spoke to earlier this evening had a card, the back was blank. The reason for that is in the back, you can make some notes. Where you met them. So if the next day you want to find them on social media, say LinkedIn, it's a professional networking. Is anybody heard of LinkedIn here? Anybody LinkedIn users here? So you can go on LinkedIn and send them a personalized note. Pleasure to meet you here at the event this tonight. And go from there. Don't use what they tell you. You make it personal. A 30-second elevator pitch. This is really important. I'll give you an example. I was in an elevator, 16th floor here in Toronto. I got in the elevator, got in, and a guy walks in with a nice striped suit. I was like, nice suit. And I go, I'm there, with him. We're looking at the numbers, in a box, looking at these numbers. And we're like, okay, this is exciting. Then the 10th floor comes to the 10th floor, and a woman walks in. And I said to them, wow, we got a fashion show going on here. They both looked at each other. What the heck is wrong with this guy? I'm like, look at these numbers, and I'm just like, my heart's going up and down, so what else am I going to do? We get to the first floor, and I tell you, the guy pulls out his business card. I pulled out mine. I said, "Hi, my name is Chip Yam. Says, here's my card. I'm actually working on a project here in Toronto. You might be interested in." That's it. And we went our separate ways. Again, prepare for the opportunity. The most other important thing is this: is carry them everywhere. This is where you're going. You're here at an event here. You're listening to me speak about networking. But you can go to a wedding, a church function, a barbecue. Just have 5 or 6 with you. You never know you're going to meet. I've met many at the gym here just down the street. I've met many successful business owners because they go work out because health is important. So I've made some great connections at the gym. So don't feel free. Take them with you because you just know who you're going to meet. I do a lot of work in the IT industry and some organizations that you heard me that I speak for. And I've had some success stories. At the end, I'll tell you about the Jero Salas story and what he did with a Tim Hortons card. If someone remind me, I'll tell you what Jay did. So people are taking this information and applying it and getting some success. And it's very exciting to see that. The next is attitude. Now, what does that say? Attitude is, what does that say? Attitude is contagious. Attitude is everything. So, walking into this room tonight, I was excited. Everybody's smiling. The MC came to me, introduced me. I had Peter and a number of people come up to me, and just excited. And you have to bring that attitude with you wherever you go, because everyone wants to feel your energy, and that helps you. And when I was coming here, I was listening to my CD here, and I was just practicing a little bit of my talk there, and make sure nobody was not listening, but I was practicing some areas of my talk and just getting some momentum. So when I came here, I was already in motion. So it's important to do that. Stephen Covey is an author, and he has a statement about begin with end in mind. Everyone's on a journey. Everyone has a destination to reach. So over that journey, you're going to go through obstacles. So, for example, here, I got this table, I got chairs in the way. Well, if I really wanted something really badly, don't think I'd figure out a way how to get over the obstacle, I'll go under the table, move the chair. And left sometimes is that we get obstacles in the way and we stop. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be something about family situation, whatever it is. And that's okay, but we have to keep moving forward. So begin with that in mind, see what that goal is. Begin to spit on their face, a handshake. Here's a great example. As I said, I work out. So I was working out, and I had my dumbbells pumping up and being, I guess that's Arnold Schwarzenegger. There's a guy beside me doing bench press. So I got up and I said, hey, hi, how you doing? My name is CPAC.AVI. I shook his hand and he gave me a fish handshake. Now, I don't think against fish handshakes, but we're working out and you get a fish handshake. I sit back down again, I'm doing the dumbbells, I'm like, this is not good. I preach this stuff. I get back up again, I say, excuse me, can you shake my hand this time, but really mean it? Boom! I thought Arnold Schwarzenegger was in the house, man. He turned all red. He killed my hand. I said, now that's a handshake. Don't you ever forget it. I took back my business card. I said, you kidding me? I was like, that's it. Now, the reason is that even though he was bench pressing 250 pounds, what was he saying to me? I'm saying, he said to me like, oh, I'm kind of a weak guy, and maybe I have a little self-confidence. That's what I would have got from it. Now, as I said, that's okay, but I matched it, but I felt that I deserved better for it. So, what I would say about this is there's a statement called mirror and matching. So if I shook someone's hand, if I shook her hand, I'm going to match it. See? I'm going to match his handshake. That's it. And even if they give me a fish handshake, I'll match it. That's okay. So that doesn't tell a lot about a person, so we're meeting people, we're hearing them talk, but a physical touch is something that you can engage in how serious they are. And I get some firm handshakes sometimes, so I'm like dealing with them guys who have some strong personalities, and that tells a lot about themselves. Make an impression. Is by the time you leave a place, you ask yourself, did I leave a positive impression of people that I met there? And you know if you did, is that you'll get some phone calls, you'll get some LinkedIn invites the next day. And for me, it happens naturally. I mean, I do a lot of speaking, so I get a lot of invites. I was at an event yesterday, a seminar taking a content manager course. And there was only 4 people in the room, but I got invitations for one lady that night, and the rest the day after that. So I'm glad that people are following up. I have to wait for me to follow up with them. Okay? Attitude is extremely important. How many of you like to listen? Anybody listen to audio, say in their iPod or something like that? Anybody listen to audios in the room? Anyone? You? Excellent. Well, you get audios now in MP3. Whether you're working out, you're going for a walk, you can go to the local library and borrow an audio. I mean, when I go to the gym, I listen to one audio working, 2 audios probably working out. Reading is important. I talked at one point reading. Actually, next month in Toronto is Reading Month. Oh, where's that flyer? So, City of Toronto does a big job in promoting reading. And I read about 4 or 5 books a month. That may seem like a lot, but if I snippets in my day, I read a book during breakfast, I read a book in the evening on different topics. And the reason I tell you this is because if you read a book on a particular topic for a year, say you're reading about networking, and you want to become a master networker. You listen to me tonight, but you really want to learn. Well, there's lots of books on networking. You can read my book, but there's plenty more out there. If you read them, you can become a great networker in less than a year. So that's putting your mindset down and becoming good at something. Key questions. This is my favorite. This is where you really have an engaging conversation. So you go, you have your business card, you come in with you're smiling. Next is the question. For example, I'm here tonight, and I don't know anyone in here. I just send people via email. So I make sure that I'm listening to people's names, adjusting by their names, and listening to what I have to be doing. You know, I brought the screen today here, a laptop they were providing already. I had to bring my USB, so everything was in motion. So in conversation is the same thing. When you want to have an engaging conversation. So sometimes it's not even about who you are; it's all about them. So I ask. Usually I say, "Well, what brought you to this event? Do you like the event? What did you learn about it?" Engage that conversation. Get 2-3 questions going. You'll get some great momentum to have a more focused conversation. Because it's all about that engagement factor. it's like a tennis match. You're going back and forth with the conversation. And this is what I tell a lot of the entrepreneurs and professionals that I train is set yourself up to win. So have some questions, write them down, memorize them, and use them. And I've heard some great testimonials just on this part here where people go to an event thinking that it was a small event, it was going to be interesting. I go, arm yourself with some great questions. I bet you walk out there with 2-3 good leads because of what you're saying and what you're doing. So okay, connection. I want to ask you listening. So I want to ask you a question. So for example, I sometimes ask people about what's the best vacation spot you've ever been to? So people travel, right? People go to Cuba, they go overseas. And I tell you, I've done a little travel myself. I've been to California, a little bit of the United States, in Europe. So I can always find some place to come halfway about traveling. I want to go to Australia for next year, December 2013. And some people have gone to Australia or have friends in Australia. So we talk about that. And it really settles down the conversation. So you're not really getting into a hard conversation in the beginning. That's tough even for myself. Just start off in a small way, medium, and high. It's almost like a stair-step effect. That's the most important way to do it. And follow up. And I do a lot of work with entrepreneurs, and I tell them, okay, you went out, you've got some business cards, you made some connections. Now, I want you to follow up with everybody. I need you to say to me, everybody? Yes, everybody. And the reason is you got to get into a habit. And I actually set up a follow-up system to do this with a couple envelopes, and it's part of my performance training system that I offer. The bottom line is you want to have a 100% commitment in getting things done. So, I'll give you an example. So if you get 10 cards, you may not call them all. Maybe there's 2-3 people that were really good people you want to talk to. The rest, you can just send a very personalized LinkedIn invitation. Do that. That's a form of connection with your phone information. And say if they want to get in touch with you, leave your information there. Or you might want to find them on Twitter if they felt that they may have a great Twitter interest you have. That's fine. But again, have the 100% completion in your networking. And you do that over and over again, you'll create a great momentum that you'll have results. And a lot of great entrepreneurs professionals who do this, and they actually thank me. I've had two people that I was speaking to. One is my workout partner. He had applied for a job, and the interview went well. And I said to him, did you follow up? He goes, no. I said, really? And he goes, you know me for like 2 years now, and you know what I stand. I goes, I know. Why didn't you follow up? I'm waiting. For what? The Queen of England? I bothered him. I texted him, I bothered him. Finally he called and he got the job. I was like, you happy now? He goes, yeah, after you tormented me. I go, well, aren't you going to get the results? Don't you know if you're going to get it or not? Don't you want it badly? He goes, yeah, I want it badly. We'll get the result. One of the best stories I got was there was a lady, she came to hear me speak. And I got to the follow-up part, and she was in a row, and I kind of saw her looking at me very weirdly. I don't know what it is. I thought maybe I offended her. But she sent me this email that day, and she said, thank you very much for the follow-up comment. I had applied for a job for a restaurant, and I had not called back. Because you said that, I called her back, and the restaurant owner said, thank you very much for following up. I hired the right person. I was like, wow. That's a good testimonial. So the power of picking up the phone and doing it could lead to a lot of changes. So again, you have to prepare for the opportunity and follow up and follow through. I hope those stories really ingrain that area. Lastly, I'll have a little fun here. Do we have any converted talkers from the beginning of the conversation? Anybody who want to learn how to talk? Any converted talkers? One converted talker. All right. Who likes to type? Who are typers in the room? Anybody like to type? Come on, we're all in front of our computers, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I'll take that as 99%. Okay, how about texters? Who likes to text? Okay, now, there's not 4 texters in this room because I know there's more. So let's say 60%. Well, the phone I got before this one, I had to type in each letter 3 times to type. And my brother had sent me, a couple years ago, he sent me, a text during New Year's Eve. And I was responding, thank you, 2 letters, send. My brother the next day says to me, what's wrong with you, man? Don't you write a text? I go, and goes, man, we even have issues. I go, you teach her you can't even text? And I go, that hurt my feelings. So I went around asking people how to text. And I was still very impatient. The phone was kind of a hard phone to text. So I go to people and they say that one person, she says, can you teach her how to text? She goes, how long have you been on this earth, Jim? I go, 39 years. And you don't know how to text? I go, no. Can you teach me? No. So people were very impatient with me, teach her how to text. So finally I met this gentleman at a seminar, his name was Joe, and he says, Jim, I think you went around the world not once, but twice. He showed me, I was like, that's it? And I realized, he typed the first 2 letters of the word and finishes the word for you. I'm like, this is a genius to figure this out. So I got this new phone a year ago, and now I'm a texting king with this thing. My friends are like, man, you went to from a bachelor's, you went to PhD. So I finally mastered it. Now the reason for these 3 areas, it dwells into the room of communication language. So there's some editors that I speak to on a yearly basis that I only email them back and forth. I don't even talk to them. Just back and forth email. They don't even call me. Others, they don't answer texts or emails. I have to talk to them. My workout partner, we only text each other when we work out. He doesn't even, I leave messages. He doesn't even respond to my voicemail messages. He goes, just text Jim. I go, I can see that, right? So you'll have this in your journey, ladies and gentlemen. You'll meet people, or you'll email them, and they won't email you back, or they talk to them, and they'll do variations of this. So be aware of that. Lastly, is a little about social media. I started a newsletter a few years ago because I wanted to keep engaged with my audience. And I had some success with it because I wanted to share information. And it worked really well for me. And then late last year, I actually used a social media company, which I'm a local expert trainer for, called Constant Contact. So that had brought me more clarity and easier to manage my newsletter in doing so. But the last one is social networking. I talked about LinkedIn. I'm glad I was on LinkedIn. If you're not, please get on it. It is the best site where you can put your professional profile on there, and people can find you. Recruiters can find you, and things like that. I recently got hired by a New York consulting company last week on Wednesday. The gentleman found me on LinkedIn, and I just signed a contract last Friday, and I've been doing some consulting work with a U.S. company because they found my profile on LinkedIn, and I ended up speaking to them a couple of days ago. The rest are important. Obviously, Facebook and Twitter are out there. And just have an account. But in your journey as a professional, focus on building your LinkedIn contacts. I mean, I have 800 connections on my LinkedIn. I mean, Facebook and Twitter, I have 100 people follow me on Twitter, and I have 400 people, 500 people on Facebook. I mean, I don't aggressively grow them. Apparently, I've been told, grow your Twitter now. I mean, it seems like everybody's on that. But blogging. Anybody blog here? Anybody heard about blogging? Bloggers? Excellent. That's what I did. I started blogging in 2009, and a lot of the articles I did were on blogging, and that's what led to my book. My friend said, man, you got a lot of articles on there. I go, I know. I thought we were in a book. I'm like, not really. And I went to a seminar last year, and I got some great information how to put my book together and the strategies to follow. So, as I said, my book will be coming out later this year, just finishing it up. The last thing I have to say is professional image. Now you've got social networking, but there's another really great tip I want to give you. Everybody heard of WordPress? Everybody heard of WordPress? 1 and 2? What is the advantage of WordPress? Does everybody know? WordPress is a blog, but it can do something else for you. You know? WordPress can emulate a website. You can create tabs on on WordPress. So you can start one with a blog, but you can add other tabs. And there's many businesses, actually, their back end is a WordPress website. And that's what I did before I got branded, is I did that. So look at that. The reason that's important is that you can put all sorts of more things. You put a lot of things on LinkedIn, but you can put videos on there, you can put testimonials, and you can direct people to your WordPress website. I still have mine. I use it sometimes with some testimonials I need on there. So there's some areas that are important in social media, because we are in the 21st century. So networking will never change. It always will be a face-to-face interaction. You'll meet people. But what's happening now is that people will go on LinkedIn and connect with you. And that is your social imprint. That's your business imprint. And I'm getting a lot of business since last year in December. I've got a lot of business online. And so there is ROI on there. I'm meeting some great people on there. So look at that. And I hope with this presentation, you understand that it's a online, offline situation to have networking with people. Okay, it'll never go away. Offline for sure. I'm glad you're doing that. So there's some resources. As I said, I can pass this over to the leadership here, and they can send it to you as far as my website. And we have some great things we'll be offering here in a bit. But again, it's all about what you want. So I'll leave you with this. Everyone has unique ability here. Now, I'm not one of you saying you should become a writer tomorrow. What I tell you is that whatever your unique ability is, work on it. And I'll tell you the Jerry Salas story here. Jerry Salas comes to me 3 years ago, and he says, can't find a job. I go, there you go. You're saying 3 words that are hurting you. Can't find a job. So I spent 3 conversations over the phone, and I gave him some homework. He goes, homework? Yes, homework. I told him to do 2 things. I said, I want you to start a WordPress website, first of all. Second of all, I want you to do some business cards. He goes, consider it done. Well, I left him alone. I didn't bother him. He comes back to me and goes, I've had success. I go, really? So I was doing a presentation downtown, and I invited him to come out. He was doing the cat video work for me. And at the end, I shared a story. And here it is. He went to an event in Toronto, 2,000 people at this event. What he did, he says, I'm going to be different. He took 4 Tim Hortons gift cards, he put $5 in each card, and he took them with him. The people that he connected with the most at the event, he gave them a gift card. What do you think happened? What do you think happened? He got interviews. Right? Now, I looked at it, I was impressed. I go, that's thinking outside the box. Because it's all about the reciprocity. And think about this. He went in there, 2,000 people, he differentiated himself. He took that unique ability because he had some marketing, promoting background, and he got it. He got interviews, he didn't get a job from that, but 2 weeks later, he did get hired. So why I share this story is that we have to think outside the box a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. That's why I was talking about Ace. Where's Ace? Ace, Ace right here. Oh, Ace. He has the best name. And he pulls out his business card there, and it's an Ace. I go, now that's a superb icebreaker right there. So when you're putting together your business card and your 30-second infomercial, think a little bit outside the box. Think of some ideas, share with some friends. How does this sound? If you want to share with somebody or get in front of a mirror and try it, but putting together a great little infomercial by yourself can open a lot of doors. So as we close here, I have a few things I want to share. I have actually a guest here to talk about something here, but I have a little bit of a review here about the PAR strategy. The first is a business card, attitude, and key questions. So we ask the crowd, why is it important to have a business card? Why is it important to have a business card? Anyone? Why is it important to have a business card? Come on, it's heard me 25 minutes. Why is it important to have a business card? Don't make me pick on you. Okay, can I have someone from this side of the room? Why is it important to have a business card? Yes? It's a billboard. Thank you very much. Thank you. Attitude. Why is attitude important in the PAR strategy? Help from this side of the room. Not the MC. Why is attitude important? Come on. Why is attitude important? Okay, MC. It's contagious. All right. Key questions. Why are key questions important? Why are key questions important? One, key questions. It's about engagement, okay? So my challenge to you is the PAR strategy. Do it over and over again. So tonight, I'm giving you a template. And we're going to get you the presentation out to you here at the end. You do this over and over again, ladies and gentlemen, you become a professional networker. Because that's what I did. over and over again. And it just became a habit. And there's many books that say it takes 21 days to create a habit. So if you're really serious, you can create this, make a habit in 21 days or longer if you want. So my challenge to you is you can do this. It will open a lot of doors for you. So I'll leave it out just for a few questions, and I'll turn it back to the MC. I have some announcements to make here. You want me to do the announcements, or you want to take care of them? Start questions. So is there any questions that I can answer? I'll take 2 questions. How many questions can I take? 2?
You're doing pretty good on time. You can take more.
Okay. Anybody have any questions? I don't bite. No questions? No one has any questions. Wow. Clear? No questions? Yes.
Some people say that you should bring your resume with you along with a business card. Do you see any value in that?
Okay, the question was, should we bring a resume? Depends where you're going. If you're going to a job fair, right, bring your resume with you, okay? If you're not, just bring a business card. And what you can do is, I call it a business card, but more of an info card. So you can create a card where you put your name and 3 things about yourself. Sort of a little teaser for your resume. So you may not have it with you, but you can actually give it to them after. So it's like the introduction, and later on you can email them. On your business card, on your info card, everyone on LinkedIn, you can create a vanity link. Never heard of about this LinkedIn? So you can go on LinkedIn, and it'll give you your name, LinkedIn, and your name. So someone can click and just see specific little bit of information on you. So if they find you on Google, they'll see your vanity plate. And you can put that on your info card, so they can find you on LinkedIn. And if they want to connect, they have to send you an invitation. Okay.